Hey, how's it going, Joe? So I know that was a lot of information, and but I'm going to go over a little bit here with you just to kind of clarify some things. But honestly, I think that you're primed to blow up your social media. Your next step outside of YouTube. You've done a great job building your YouTube account, of course, and building authority there. And you have the charisma, you have the knowledge, and you have the script writing skills. Like your script writing is amazing. I'm guessing from what I saw, I watched a few of your videos, including your story of how you kind of transitioned from like full time job to YouTube, and there's obviously a lot more to that. But it sounded like you write your own scripts, and it sounds like you write your own scripts because they come natural, and your script writing is amazing. So that's there. And I think your social media, it's just a matter of time. Like it can get blown up. It just has to be just some strategies implemented and some work put in there. And it's really hard to do on your own. So that's why I'm here to help. I have a lot of ideas, and I can help way outside of social media. I try and be a jack of all trades and just basically help you get sales. But I focus on social media, lead gen social media, brand building through social media, and then awareness through social media. So all those things. So let me go over some stuff that I came up with. By the way, all that stuff was customized just for you. So your bio, for example, that's a great place to start. We know we need to make this a little bit more. The messaging is what it's all about, right? We want to. This is a sales page basically, but we don't want to present it as a sales page, of course. But the messaging needs to be there. So talking to your core audience and making sure you're reaching out to the right people, and you're also being authentic, and you're also like presenting who you are, right? Which I think from your videos, especially your video of how you came up, it's family first, health, fitness is a big part of your life. Obviously, debt escapism and financial freedom, and then religion, which is I think you should definitely capitalize on that. That's a big thing. A lot of influencers do. You know, if they're Christian, they'll talk about being Christian, support it because why not? You have a core audience you're talking to, a niche audience that you're reaching out to, and 9 times out of 10, if someone wants to make money, wants to get rid of debt, they're not gonna not use your product, right? Because you're Christian. So anyway, so for your bio, we should say that really simple and clear, straight to the point, something that's like that just tells people what you are and what you represent right off the bat, like who you are, who it's for, what you're selling. So family first, debt strategist, prosperity planner. So that tells them what you do. Family first shows them you're a family man. People like that, respect that. And then how I went from 30K debt to 5 million in the bank, still my blueprint. And then you can have a lead magnet down there, which we can create. So these are just some options, just ideas. Next, we'll go down to your profile reels, which is like we'll pin these three reels on top of your wall. So when people first go to your page, your profile, to click on it, let's say they see one of your reels and they really like it and they want to check out more about you, these will be the first three reels that they see. So we want to make sure this site continues that messaging that we're talking about. So we can do one with about your product, right? Not a sales pitch, but just, hey, this is what I offer. I try and help people out. That's my goal. Your hero's journey, maybe that video you did, but just in a minute and 30 seconds, which is doable. And then just expert authority, a reel showing that you know what you're talking about. Just a minute long video of you, just a reel that we can put together. Just shows that you're educated in your niche. And then highlights. So highlights are story highlights, the little circles underneath the bio, and that's where you take your story and you take your story and then you save it to the highlights. And this is a great way again to just branch out your messaging, branch out what you're all about, and you do one with family maybe. So it's pictures of you and your family on different whatever vacations or situations, and then a picture maybe of your fitness. Hey, picture of you at the gym. There's nothing wrong with that. Like you work out, it's a good thing. It's healthy. You're not like you don't have your shirt off in every video or anything like that. But it's going to show that you work out, that you're a dedicated person to like your health, because that's like you giving back to your family, right? And obviously you giving back to yourself to make sure that you're healthy, defend your family, all that good stuff. So I think that's something you should show off. But we can have highlights of that, even if it's just your diet, right? Like, hey, this is what I eat for lunch, and then your product, right? And this is where you really could finesse it, because this could be like a 10-page story where they just click to the right and it just keeps going, and it's just verbiage. It's just copy, and we just talk about your product, why it's important, what you can do with your product, what you have to offer. And there's a strategy behind this that can really work. Put that all there. And then stories. I mean, your stories on your Instagram should be like daily, 5 to 10 a day, very alive. And it doesn't have to be a lot of effort. It's just more of strategy, right? So you wake up in the morning, you put down like, hey, this is what my day looks like. Hey, I'm shooting YouTube today, guys. Do you have any recommendations for videos or whatever? I'm going out with the family today. We're trying out this new restaurant, blah, blah. So it just gives them a behind the scenes peek of what you have to offer. And it also, it just makes them feel more connected with you. It builds a relationship, right? Because people go on Instagram every day to basically escape. It's their TV now, right? They're not jumping in front of the TV and turning the TV on anymore. They're going on Instagram and they want to see those TV shows, those channels, your channel, right? They want to see what Joe's up to today. What's he doing? What's he got going on? What motivational thing does he have for me today? I need to pick me up. Joe's a good guy for that. Let me go on there. Or what's the stocks? What's the market look like? Let me go look at Joe's page. So consistency, people know that they can reliably they can rely on you for that stuff every day. That builds relationship, builds trust, and ultimately builds sales. Then we're going to create the content, right? Now we create the content part when we have the landing page built out, and that's creating viral reels for your scripts using this format. It's really simple. Hook. I can teach you how to turn 30K of debt into $1 million in 30 days. That's obviously a huge exaggeration, but a hook like that, you're promising something. Or I just made my first $10 million and here's why I regret it. Now that's a negative part of it, right? Now people want to know, what the hell is he talking about? Who would ever regret making $10 million? What does he have to say? Like, how is he to fulfill on this promise? That's what people want to see in that situation. Just ideas, right? Then so you got the hook, you tell a story. Hey, this is why I'm telling the story. I was in 30K of debt. I decided to go on a YouTube channel, whatever. So that's your little story, like tiny story. You want to make it really, really short and then deliver the value. Deliver on the promise, right? So this is why I regret making $10 million because I wasn't ready financially and I got screwed up on my taxes, or I invested poorly because I just had an influx of cash, whatever it is, right? So you do deliver on that promise, and then the call to action. If you don't want to make this mistake, give me a call, or not give me a call, but DM profits, and we'll go from there. So that's just a really bad example, but just gives you an idea of we can come down, we can sit down and write these out, like every other week, and just have a list of them where we have ideas we get from other people, other social media accounts, and then we just kind of go off of what and then we create these hooks, these viral reels. We create them and then they'll be filmed. And then we'll also, I'm very good with clipping. So I'll take your YouTube videos that you make and I'll clip videos from that. I'll clip viral reels from that, because I know you have a lot of stuff in your YouTubes. You really do. You have a lot of potential for virality through your YouTube videos with just clipping them. So we'll be doing that too. And so, yeah, this is all we do. We just sit down. We know you have your knowledge. We extract it, and then we figure out how we make it into an interesting story. That's it. Storytelling. You know about that. So that's just an idea again, if you want to look at that. Posts. So you have 3 ways to post to create content and post it onto your social media, to your IG, Instagram. Post, which is just one static picture. That's good for connecting with your audience. You got to think about it this way. Like, imagine this is like all your followers, and then above is just like, attention that goes out to everybody. But below here is all your followers. So posts go downward. It kind of trickles down. It does still go out a little bit, but it mostly trickles down to your followers. So a post could be like a picture of you and your family in Italy. And then you can just say, like, honestly, I'm just so thankful. I just took a risk on myself and it paid off because I'm able to spend more time with my family, able to take them to places like Italy. And it's just been amazing for me and my family. And I'm really thankful. If you're ever thinking about taking a risk on yourself, you should do it. It'll be worth it. Believe in yourself, whatever, something like that. Okay. That's a post like that. That's how it benefits. So it's connecting with your audience. They like you for it. They get a little bit closer to you. You can also put a sales pitch on there, just one static post. Hey, I got like 1 spot left for my webinar, something like that. Or you can just do a static picture of like a stock, hey, I was trying to tell you guys, like, this stock was going to blow up, and I'm not a stock picker. I'm not telling you to pick stocks, but I'm just telling you, do your research. Listen, like I have programs that show you how to research these. Okay. So yeah, it's right here. And then you can do, inspirational quotes. So that's a good one too. Like, hey, like, like if you're not going to do it if you don't try, whatever, something, just an inspirational quote, something that could pick people up. Carousels. So carousels, when you post multiple pictures and they scroll through it, right? So this is a good idea for you to like build authority. Like, hey, here's my 3-step process into picking a stock. Here's my 3-step process into investing. Here's my whatever, just something like that. And then it goes through step 1, step 2, step 3. So that's educational, or it could be a great sales pitch, right? So what I do with Mark is I take one of his viral videos. Over 3 months, we'll have a handful of viral videos, and I'll pick one and I'll repost it as a carousel and I'll put it in the front. So we know this is going to get a lot of attention. Guaranteed, it's going to get a lot of attention. Then we use the rest of the posts, because you get up to 10, to slowly finesse why this has to do with his upcoming webinar or event or whatever. So it's, if it's like, the CBDCs are coming, so then slowly, like they're obviously have a plan. You need to protect your money. You need to have wealth. I have a webinar I'm doing where I show you how the top 3 ways to protect your wealth, or to grow and protect your wealth. DM. So that's a bad example, but that's how we use carousels. It's for educational, for authority, and for sales. Okay, and I usually use a Twitter style thread. So it's like it just looks like it's from your Twitter account or your X account. We can use contests for growth. There's like a really good one I like, where it's just like, hey, if you can guess Tesla stock in 30 days from this post, whoever's closest will get 10 Tesla stocks. I'll give them 10 Tesla stocks, but you have to share this with 2 people, follow me, and like this or whatever. Comment. Obviously they're going to comment with the price, but so comment your guess, and then after that 30 days, so that way it's transparent, like you can see it. You can't, the price of stock, like you're not in control of that. So it's a really good way to build, and it's attached to your brand. It's attached to what you're selling and what you're doing. And then other social platforms, I think you should be on every platform, no matter what. And every platform is a little bit different. You just need to approach it differently. There's different ways to maximize potential from them. But right now, it's like always smart to just stick with one and focus on that. So right now, it's like, let's get IG decked out to where it's a well-oiled machine. We know exactly what we're doing, and then we're going to repost to everything else. So everything, you make an IG post or video, whatever, and then you repost it to all the other accounts. Even though it's not the most efficient way, it's still building awareness and a brand and a base. Once we get really good with IG, then we can start saying, let's make it a little bit different for TikTok, and then we'll make it a little bit different for Shorts. We'll make it a little bit different for Facebook. We can start tweaking. LinkedIn has its own thing. So it's like, we'll start tweaking those things and focusing on that. But for now, let's just focus on this one thing and master that, and then go on to the next one, instead of trying to be a master of all. I can definitely help you with webinars. Mark obviously has great success with that. I can help you with that, setting those up, and getting those rocking and rolling. And then automated sales. So creating a lead magnet, right? I think like your Debt Destroyer, doing like a mini version of that would be great, or even a financial analyzer. Hey, fill out this 10 questionnaire to find out what your next step needs to be to become financially free. Something like that, or find out where you're at, like what you need to do next. And you'll get like an analytical report. And basically it's just, there's 3 categories that people will fall into, and you just send them out the financial report of one of those 3 categories, tells them what they need to do next. And those will be free. So they offer their information. Now you have them in your funnel, and then you can start sending out emails. And then you can also have the value ladder, which this is what I really like about your product, is that your product is accessible. It's, I think, $300 a month. If you do the monthly one, which I think is great, because that's not cheap, but it's also not unattainable. If you're serious about getting out of debt, about building financial freedom, I mean, that's not a bad deal. So you start by, we'll get someone's email, right? Someone signs up for a lead magnet. Someone signs up for your emails or whatever. we'll begin offering courses for $47 a month. That's just that the price doesn't matter. You just want them to get their credit card information, commit to you a little bit, and then be in your ecosystem for payments. But you say, hey, if you want, I'll give you my Debt Destroyer, my first one, first class. That's $300. I'm gonna give it to you for $47 today if you want it. If you're interested in buying it, that'll be like your first email. Like that's just my gift to you. I can't make it any cheaper than that, but it's basically free and it'll get you out of debt. It's gonna pay for itself 100 times over, 1,000 times over. But just something like that. And then we also want to create something to go along with your product. So let's say we're going to ask people to sign up for that monthly service for $300. That we're going to create your Mifkey, which I think is a funny thing. This is a Russell Brunson thing, but it's not invaluable. Sorry. I think it's the most important free gift ever. And it's just something that's like a gift that makes it's something you give them that makes the $300 seem like it's a no brainer. Like I have to buy it. Even if I'm not even that interested in the product, I want the free gift. And I have to get it. Russell Brunson does a really good job with this. Like for his ClickFunnels, he'll send you like a book and a T-shirt in a box. It's really nice, and like some like free like downloadables. But you actually get a physical thing. You open it, it's a T-shirt, and it's like just for signing up for ClickFunnels. And then he makes you pay like $30 for shipping and handling, but it's really like just covering the cost of everything. So we can come up with something like that. It doesn't necessarily need to be physical, but we can come up with something that's downloadable and digital where you're like, this is a no, like I can't, like the people could be like, wow, that makes it worth it right there. And it's just getting creative. We can use challenges too to get people into your product. So we can do like a 60-day challenge where it's like, in 60 days, I'm going to get you on the path to paying off all your debt. And it's going to be, and then you're going to have a date. At the end of the 60 days, you're going to have a date of when all your debt's going to be paid off. And we're going to get you set up for your financial freedom portfolio. So whatever, like you could have a date of like when you can retire, or whatever. It's just something like that. But it just gives them a challenge to where they're going to hit certain metrics if they do exactly what you say they're going to do. And they have to sign up for your service. That's part of it. Like you have to be in my course and you have to be in my community. So that's just an idea. And then community growth and retention. You can read about this, but this is so important. Like you got people in your community, got them to pay, got them to commit, sold them. That's the hardest part. Now you got to keep them. You got the A, now you got to keep the A. Like how do we keep people in the program no matter what? I think you can, there's a lot of ways to do this, but it's stuff where it's like, offering something once a week. So it's a product that you're gonna have to come up with once a week, even if it's a call, but you're keeping people in your community. So instead of you can double the people double the retention rate with stuff like this. I think that's the name of the game, in my opinion. If you have 1,000 people in your community, you're doing pretty good. 1,500, 2,000. And then systems and procedures. That's the last thing. I'm going to be systematizing everything as I go. So I'm going to be creating systems for everything, instructions and stuff like that. Let's say, we don't work together anymore. Let's say we stop working together for whatever reason. Then you have someone that you can just plug and play. Like you can just be like, hey, here's all the stuff you need. This is how you run the social media, versus like now it's just like I'm gone and there's just a bunch of questions. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know how he did it. I don't know what was going on. Like it's something where it's like, it's just plug and play. So I honestly, Joe, like it's February 23rd. Like, I mean, I think by the end of the year, we can use social media to easily 4X your profits from Hearsay. And I mean, like I said, it's February 23rd. So, I mean, let's get started on this. Let's get started on this as soon as possible. Let's start talking about it. If you're interested, I mean, I would love to work with you. I think the potential is freaking unlimited. There's just so much potential here. It's crazy. So I am excited about it. And also JD has nothing but great things to say about you. He did way before he started working with you. He's been talking about you since you first wore the Unwoke shirt on your video. He's always said nice things about you, and he's only said nicer things about you since you guys have been talking recently. So yeah, if you're interested, I'm going to include my information. I'd love to connect with you and just kind of discuss this more and just kind of see if it's something that you'd be interested. All right. Either way, I'll talk to you later and have a good weekend.